Good evening. Welcome to South Asia Newsline. I'm Lipakshi Khurana. Here are the top stories we're tracking for you on Tuesday, the 23rd of January. Indian Prime Minister lists terrorism, climate change as global challenges at World Economic Forum. US calls on Pakistan to arrest, expel Taliban leaders after Kabul hotel attack. And prevailing unemployment adds to woes of people in Gilgit Baltistan. And now for all the details. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Tuesday addressed the opening session of the World Economic Forum 2018, becoming the first Indian Prime Minister in 2 decades to join the top world leaders in Swiss resort town of Davos. In his speech, he outlined climate change, terrorism and protectionism as 3 global threats, while projecting India as a favourable investment destination.
Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Tuesday addressed the plenary session of the World Economic Forum in Swiss resort town of Davos, becoming the first Indian Prime Minister to attend the global summit in 21 years. Prime Minister Modi in his speech showcased India's growth story to world leaders and global CEOs. He called on countries to unite to tackle what he called the 3 big challenges that the world faces: climate change, terrorism, and an increased self-centeredness. He said due to protectionism, there has been a dip in economic investments and the growth of global supply chains has also come to a standstill.
Protectionism और उसकी ताकतें सर उठाती जा रही हैं। उनकी मंशा है कि न सिर्फ वे खुद ग्लोबलाइजेशन से बचे, बल्कि ग्लोबलाइजेशन के प्राकृतिक प्रवाह का रुख भी पलट दे। इसका एक परिणाम यह है कि नए-नए प्रकार के टैरिफ और नॉन टैरिफ बैरियर्स देखने को मिल रहे हैं।
Early on Monday, Prime Minister Modi met Swiss President Alain Berset on the sidelines of the global summit to review the scope of bilateral cooperation and deepen it further. The 48th annual meeting of the World Economic Forum will see about 100 dialogues and discussion each day during the 4-day meeting.
In news from Pakistan, United States on Monday called on Pakistan to take action against Taliban leaders operating on its territory after last week's attack on a hotel in Afghan capital Kabul. At least 30 people were killed in the attack, which has been claimed by Taliban.
The White House on Monday called on Islamabad to take action against Taliban leaders operating on its territory after last week's attack on a hotel in Afghan capital Kabul. At least 30 people were killed when Taliban militants stormed the luxury Intercontinental Hotel in Kabul on Saturday. The siege had continued overnight as Afghan security forces battled the terrorists.
We call on Pakistan to immediately arrest or expel the Taliban's leaders and prevent the group from using Pakistani territory to support its operations.
Relations between Washington and Islamabad have frayed since US President Donald Trump earlier this month targeted Pakistan for failing to fight against militancy on its territory. Meanwhile, Pakistani Prime Minister Shahid Khaqan Abbasi on Monday said his government will push ahead with plans to seize control of charities run by Hafiz Saeed, a UN-designated terrorist, and warned the United States not to weaken Pakistan. The US has labelled Hafiz Saeed's organizations Jamaat-ud-Dawa or JUD and Falah-e-Insaniyat Foundation or FIF as terrorist fronts for terror groups Lashkar-e-Taiba or LET, a group Saeed founded in 1987. Washington and India accused LET of carrying out 2008 Mumbai attacks in which 166 people were killed.
More news from Pakistan. Two prosecution witnesses on Tuesday recorded their statements in corruption references filed against Pakistan's ousted Premier Nawaz Sharif and his family. An accountability court in Islamabad has been hearing 3 corruption references against Sharif and his family for owning assets beyond known sources of income. Sharif appeared for the proceedings on Tuesday along with his daughter Maryam Nawaz. Earlier on Monday, the National Accountability Bureau, NAB, had also filed a supplementary reference against Sharif, informing it has fresh pieces of evidence against him. After recording the statements, the court was adjourned till next hearing on January 30th. And moving on, with a falling infrastructure and rampant corruption, people in Gilgit Baltistan continue to struggle for even basic rights. Locals blame Shia government neglect has led to rising unemployment and poverty in the illegally occupied region.
Problems of locals in Gilgit Baltistan remain the same, with the rampant corruption among the authorities of the illegally occupied region. Locals blame blocked access to development has led to rising unemployment and poverty in the region. They claim the authorities so far have created jobs only in government sector and the private sector of the region has been completely ignored.
इस गवर्नमेंट में भी वही हाल है जो कि पिछली हुकूमतों का था। सरकारी सतह पे तो कुछ जॉब ये लोग क्रिएट करते हैं हर साल, मगर एज जो प्राइवेट जॉब है, प्राइवेट सेक्टर में अभी तक कोई तवज्जो नहीं दी गई। ख्याल ये किया जाता था कि सीपेक से गिलगित बल्तिस्तान के लोगों की तकदीर बदल जाएगी, मगर सीपेक में भी इस वक्त गिलगित बल्तिस्तान कहीं नज़र नहीं आ रहा है।
Gilgit Baltistan was originally a part of India's princely province of Jammu and Kashmir until its illegal occupation. Years of continued neglect by Islamabad and a corrupt administrative system has made Gilgit Baltistan the most backward region under Pakistan's rule.
And in news from Afghanistan, prominent Afghan politician Ahmad Wali Masood has called on the Afghan government to immediately solve the ongoing rift with the Jamaat-e-Islami party. The rift erupted over ousting of Balkh governor Atta Mohammad Noor in December last year. Noor has maintained he won't step down without a political decree.
Prominent Afghan politician Ahmad Wali Masood on Monday called on the Afghan presidential palace to implement National Unity Government or NUG accord to end stalemate with the Jamaat-e-Islami party. The rift emerged after Afghan President Ashraf Ghani in December last year ousted Jamaat leader Atta Mohammad Noor as Balkh provincial governor. Masood suggested the implementation of the political agreement can break the deadlock between the two sides.
مسئولیت و امنیت مردم بگیرن و چگونه میتونه که در 500 کیلومتری بلخ بیاید مسئولیت و امنیت مردم بگیرن.
Atta Mohammad Noor has maintained he is still the legitimate governor of Balkh province and said he will not step down without a political agreement. The talks between his Jamaat party and the presidential palace have reportedly remained inconclusive so far.
Bollywood superstar Shah Rukh was on Monday honoured at the World Economic Forum being held in Davos. The 52-year-old star received the Crystal Award for his charitable work for victims of acid attacks.
Bollywood superstar Shah Rukh Khan was on Monday awarded at the World Economic Forum in Davos for raising awareness about human rights issues and his work for acid attack victims. Khan, who is one of Hindi cinema's most globally recognized faces, was felicitated with Crystal Award as he is a founder of a non-profit foundation which provides support to female victims of acid attacks and major burn injuries. Australian actor Kate Blanchett and English musician Elton John were also among the celebrities honoured for their humanitarian work.
From them I have learned how courage can catalyze victimhood into heroism, how solidarity rather than charity enables the human will to overcome, how equality is not a concept but a truth that encompasses all living beings, and how the service of others is not a choice anymore for any of us. It is a duty that all of us must fulfill in the name of humankind.
The 2018 edition of the World Economic Forum has brought together scores of delegates from business, politics and civil society to discuss ways to make the world a better place. Among the issues on the agenda this year are gender equality and harassment. Khan brings heavy star power to the agenda as one of the biggest celebrities in India.
A 5-year-old girl in India's northern Jammu and Kashmir province has taken the responsibility to clean the iconic Dal Lake of the valley. The lake is a key attraction for tourists, and houseboats at the lake contribute to the tourism sector of the province.
A 5-year-old girl from India's northern Jammu and Kashmir province has taken upon herself to clean up the valley's picturesque and iconic Dal Lake. Raw sewage, land encroachment and years of neglect have been threatening the survival of the lake. Janat, a kindergarten student, heads out armed with a net basket in her hand with an aim to restore Dal's aesthetic beauty.
बच्चों को कुछ भी खाए वो डस्टबिन में डाले, कस्टमर भी जो भी खाए अपनी जेब में रख के घर में डाले, और बड़े लोग भी अपनी जो भी खाए डस्टबिन में डाले. बिलबार्ड में बहुत सारे डस्टबिन लगे मगर थोड़े लोग उनमें डालते हैं, कस्टमर्स नहीं डालते क्योंकि वो नीचे ही डालते हैं. मैं उनको कहते हैं उठाओ, ये उठाते हैं. फिर
मैंने जब ये डल को सफाई की तो उसके साथ साथ मेरी बेटी भी देख रही है मेरा बाप क्या कर रहा है, तो ये इसने मुझको देख के ये सब कुछ उसको मैंने थोड़ा बहुत सिखाया भी, और इसने अपने ऊपर पूरा ले लिया कि नहीं हमारे लिए कितना ज़रूरी ये डल है, क्योंकि डल के बगैर श्रीनगर कश्मीर कुछ नहीं है.
Kashmir is considered one of the most popular tourist destinations in India. Tourists are drawn to its soaring peaks, fruit orchards and timber houseboats on the Dal Lake in Srinagar.
Hundreds of spectators gathered at the Atari Wagah border in India's northern Punjab province on Monday to witness the electrifying beating retreat ceremony in the run-up to the country's 69th Republic Day.
Scores of spectators gathered at the Atari Wagah border in India's northern Punjab province on Monday to witness the electrifying beating retreat ceremony in the run-up to the country's 69th Republic Day. Patriotism ran high as border guards of the neighbouring country took goose steps, shook hands brusquely across the borderline amid loud cheers from spectators on either side. Patriotic songs blaring out of speakers kept the spectators pumped.
It was truly a wonderful, wonderful experience. Once in a lifetime experience. मुझे नहीं लगता ऐसा कुछ वापस मुझे कभी देखने को मिलेगा ऐसा मैंने पहले कभी देखा है. I've been all over the world, but this was something very, very different.
India observes January 26 as its Republic Day to commemorate the day when its constitution was adopted and the country was declared a sovereign republic in 1950.
Well, that's the way it was in South Asia this evening. Before we conclude, the top stories once again. Indian Prime Minister lists terrorism, climate change as global challenges at World Economic Forum. US calls on Pakistan to arrest, expel Taliban leaders after Kabul hotel attack. And prevailing unemployment adds to woes of people in Gilgit Baltistan. Now our viewers can watch the show on SouthAsiaNewsline.com. You can also visit us on Facebook.com/SAsia Newsline and follow us on Twitter @SAsia Newsline. That's all in tonight's edition. We'll see you same time tomorrow. Good night.